BBC has found that nearly 2,500 children died of malnutrition in Ethiopia's Tigray region last year. The Ethiopian government has been at war against regional Tigrayan forces since 2020. Aid agencies say that has led to a catastrophic humanitarian situation, with thousands of people killed and over 2 million displaced. Journalists aren't being given any access to Tigray, but our Africa correspondent Catherine Biaruhanga has been gathering testimony and sent this report, a warning some viewers may find these images distressing.
The conflict in Tigray is one of the world's deadliest but most hidden wars. Access is restricted and most communications are cut off by the central government. But for many weeks, my team and I have reached out to contacts in the region. Doctors and aid workers told us it's a grim situation for the 7 million people in Tigray. There's very little food aid or medicine getting into the region. The biggest concern is for children. Data gathered by regional health workers and shared with the BBC shows that thousands of children who became severely malnourished have died since the war began. Between July 2021 and July this year, more than 240,000 children screened suffered from moderate acute malnutrition. Another 76,000 suffered from severe acute malnutrition. Nearly 2,500 of them died. One of those who died is baby Raphael Merig. When I reported on his health earlier this year, he was 3 months old and weighed less than he did at birth. So how does this compare to previous years? Between 2017 and 2020, the number of deaths of severely malnourished children was 508. After the war began in late 2020, deaths shot up to more than 1,900 and now to nearly 2,500. But health officials believe these cases are just the tip of the iceberg, and that's because the war has made it impossible to find all malnourished children.
These figures are underrepresentation of the true figure. They are not near the true figure, so this is only data from health facilities, so they does not cover the deaths happening in the community or household level. And because of the siege, people or children are not getting the food they need.
In these pictures we managed to get from health workers on the ground, we see malnourished children during a screening in August. A United Nations report said the emergency food used to treat severely underweight children was expected to run out last month. The consequences are not yet clear. Ethiopia's government has been accused of making the humanitarian situation worse by blocking Tigray from accessing fuel, banks and the national power grid. Look at these satellite images provided to the BBC by NASA. They show low light levels at night in the capital city, Mekelle. This is before the conflict began in 2020, and you can see how light dwindles through 2021 until today, a virtual blackout. Ethiopian government officials have repeatedly denied blockading Tigray. This conflict has struggled to get the world's attention, and it's gotten harder with so many resources now focused on the war in Ukraine. In the meantime, the deadly war in Ethiopia has only gotten worse, leaving millions trapped in a catastrophic humanitarian crisis.